Using Excel templates to submit and separate transactions in CALPADS. This video will provide examples of how to exit and enroll the same student using separate transactions. It will also demonstrate how to replace or change an operational key. There are many uses for the CALPADS templates. In this video, we will demonstrate how to use the templates in the advent of lack of CIS or Student Information System functionality or lack of CIS expertise. The basis of this video is to provide demonstrations for the functionality described in Flash Message 224. The system changes that are the result of the post-process redevelopment project have significantly impacted CALPADS users, and specific transactions require manually manipulating files to create separate files for submission to CALPADS. Prior to starting the demonstration, we just want to be clear that this video will be built off of the information provided in the video Importing File Extracts into CALPADS Excel Templates. If you go to videos on our Figmat CSIS training channel, the newer videos are listed here, or you can do a keyword search using this icon. So you will see that this is a short 5-minute video that explains how to get your data from your student information system into an Excel extract to use as a visualization tool. It's step by step and it details. In our demonstration, we've already taken this step. So we'll start this demonstration trying to simulate what you, the LA user, might experience in CALPADS. You just submitted an enrollment file and you're trying to exit a student and also transfer that student into their new school. And so we have this file we've named, and you can see that there's 12 total records with one error. Because of this one error, the file has been rejected. So of course you naturally are going to investigate. So there's a single SENR 27 or SENR 0027 error, and you would click view and you would look at the record and make a comparison to the CALPADS ODS. SENR 27 is basically telling you that you have a primary enrollment that is overlapping an existing primary enrollment, and that's not allowed as long as they're in the same LEA. You copy this SSID, you're going to make a comparison using the error list and the fields validation and compare the records to see if you can identify the overlap, right? So we have the student's record right here, and you can see that there's an 8/24/2021 enrollment, and the record that was rejected has a 1/12/2022 start date. So I'm questioning, why was my exit record not taken by CALPADS? Here's my file, and I've already imported the .csv file that was extracted from my student information system into an Excel template. Instructions are on in another video. I'm looking for the student, and I can use Control Find. Here's that student's SSID. I see that, in fact, I have 2 records for this student here, and I have 2 records in this file. Here's my exit record that CALPADS did not recognize, and here's the enrollment at my new school that CALPADS is telling me is a duplicate enrollment. So I'm fairly frustrated in this instance. What do we do? So let's refer to the information that was provided in Flash 224. I have that here, exiting and enrolling the same student. So it says exiting and enrolling students must be submitted in a separate file. If you read through this whole thing, you see further down it says it will likely trigger an SENR 0027. So that's one of the things that we're experiencing right now, and what I suspect has triggered the SENR 0027 error. After we have this imported, how do we separate it into different files? That's fairly simple. We're going to go to a blank workbook, and I'm just going to copy. I can separate this file into 2 however I choose, but the important thing is these 2 records for the same student, they're not duplicate, cannot be in the same file. So at record 7, I'm just going to copy 8. I'm going to cut it out and I'm going to paste it into my new work. And this is not necessary. However, if I wanted to keep my header row, just in case I have future problems and I want to do an investigation, I can insert the copy cells and I have my header row so that I can see what's going on, okay? that help me keep it organized, that allows me to use Excel as a visualization tool. And so I'm simply, now that I've divided the two transactions, I'm going to save and name these files. And now that I have two files that I can submit, two separate transactions for that single student, I'm going to upload both of those files. So one thing that I didn't make note of is I want to exit my student first. So let's go back and make sure that we exit the student first so we don't get an SENR 27. So I just want to see which file has the exit. So there's no exit record in this transaction too, so it was appropriately named. So I'm going to submit this file first. So single enrollment, student transfer, single SSID. And so remember, the validation rules for the SENR 0027 remain as they were prior to post redevelopment for the most part. And so I want to exit the student and then enroll the student, okay? So let's make sure this record posts first. So we see that we're going to be successful. The file's posting, it's passed validation, all 6 records pass. So now we can go and upload our second file. So again, we can see that our previous submission has posted, and now we're waiting for the validation process to see if our changes have allowed us to successfully submit the new enrollment for the student. So we can see that our second submission has posted. That should have introduced the new enrollment. So what we're going to want to do is confirm that at the student's record again. And I'm just going to refresh the screen and see if there's a second line of enrollment to see if I was successful. Also, this enrollment here should have an exit date. And so you can see that's exactly what happened here. By separating that file into 2 different files that allowed us to submit a separate transaction for that single SSID, we were allowed to first close out the enrollment and then submit a new one. This has been a problem since the implementation of the post-process redevelopment because it's a change in our business practice. And so while vendors create new logic in the way files are extracted and the way that you will submit your records to CALPADS, in the interim, giving you the tools to manually complete your transaction is our goal and our aim with this demonstration.